Do you seem pretty sad for somebody that's so in love? We are jumping into OR3, the latest album from Olivia Rodrigo. You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love. This album that we know of from Olivia's own words is saying that it's a time capsule of a relationship that she had, of going through love, falling in love, going through the uneasiness, going through the hard times of love, going through the happy times of love, going through the confusion, and then the breakup. She says it's going to be, you know, pretty much in order for the most part. And we're going to try to break down the lyrics to our best ability. I have them pulled up here on Genius. I also want to say thank you so much, Jamers, for being here, and everyone that's been participating in the comments. It means a lot to hear everybody's different perspectives. One thing that Olivia is really great about doing is writing a song that just resonates very deeply. It's very relatable. Her music is thought-provoking. Her music rocks out. Love is something that's always going to be very relatable to us. Some people out there do not care about relationships, do not want to even get involved in them, and maybe that's the phase you're in now. Maybe it'll change one day, maybe it won't. Everyone's complex and different, and that's something that I am always aware of. So let's get into it today. 13 tracks. First one is Drop Dead. Here we go. We have seen the music video. We got the Palace of Versailles. How amazing. Make sure these volumes are right.
I know that the bar closes at 11. I hope you never finish that beer. You know all the words to Just Like Heaven.
Amazing song.
I know why he wrote them, now that you're standing right here.
So she's understanding them because she's falling.
One night I was bored in bed and stalked you on the internet. It's feminine.
One I know I'm gonna save already. And it's a juke jam. Shout out to her band. Damn world, one night I was bored in bed and stalked you on the internet. Very real.
Feminine intuition, 'cause I always had a vision of us standing like this, all pressed up in the bathroom, lying you looking like an angel on the walls of Versailles. The most alive I've ever been, but kiss me and I'm Gemini, but I think we might go really nice together if you let me stay the night. Well, I think I might just have to stay forever. Pisces and a Gemini, but I think we might go really nice together if you
love the way the drums build up. Love that. Feels like it's skating on. This walkiness to it.
One night I was bored in bed and stalked you on the internet. It's feminine intuition, 'cause I always had a vision of us standing like this, all pressed up in the bathroom.
Love how high her vocals
Like
get.
an angel on the walls of Versailles. The most alive I've ever been, but kiss me and I might. Kiss me and I might. Kiss me and I might drop dead.
So yeah, that is a beautiful way to start the album. It really just depicts the feeling of falling for somebody, that euphoric bliss of like getting to know them, and all the sweet nothings being whispered to each other, and yeah, staying together in bathroom lines, and just being lost in this cocoon of our love and emotions. The production feels so light and airy and breezy, and it does feel like an 80s synth new wave kind of track. Those just downstrokes on the guitar add a great texture to the song, and yeah, it's definitely a juke jam. Next track that we're getting into is, I believe, has a music video. We're going to watch the music video after on YouTube because I'm not a fan of the Spotify music player, but it's called Stupid Song, and we've heard her talk on Popcast that Stupid Song, there's a lyric in there where she's talking about like, I love you more than any stupid song could say. So this is, I'm assuming, is going to be pretty euphoric as well, or it's going to be, at least she's going to be infatuated with this person still. I'm predicting. As always, let me know your thoughts on every song, please. Whoa. Hold on, I was not expecting like a slow piano intro on this.
New York City's never looked so blue. My friends are smoking blunts in the bathroom.
Nice.
They say that honest love is a cage that makes you feel free.
Ooh, hold on. Okay, New York City's never looked so blue. Are we talking about sadness? Are we talking about just the sky is so blue and it's beautiful out? My friends are smoking blunts in the bathroom. Very, very, very fun. Cool. They say that honest love is a cage that makes you feel free. That is a wonderful bar right there, and that describes it very well. They say that honest love is a cage that makes you feel free. When you're in like honest, true, genuine love, it feels like you can be anyone you ever want to be. I imagine the cage is because you're being embraced by somebody. There's this like security around you. But honest love, when you experience honest love, you can be your fullest self with that person. You're also going to end up being your fullest self out there in the world because you have this confidence that grows inside of you, and it's an amazing feeling. So that is a great bar already.
In the bathroom, they say that honest love is a cage that makes you feel free.
Had that recently.
All the girls at this party are so cool. It's never been a thing that I could do. But
There goes
I
her
can't
insecurities
help
with
but
other
know
girls
what
again.
you say when you speak with me. You're a spark in the dark, and my clothes will caught a flame. You should feel how I feel when somebody says your name. I'm a car speeding
butterflies,
down the
maybe.
boulevard without a break, and I want you more than any stupid song could ever say. I'm
Wow.
a heart made of wax, and I'm melting in the sun. I'm a thread on your shirt, it is coming undone. I feel right, I feel wrong, I feel totally insane, and I want you more than any stupid song could ever say.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so far the beginning of this track is very vulnerable. Her voice is so tender on here, and it feels broken in a way. I can't help but imagine what you say when you speak with me. You're a spark in the dark, and my clothes all caught aflame. So she is infatuated. She's on fire. You should feel how I feel when somebody says your name. Getting those butterflies, most likely. I'm a car speeding down the boulevard without a break. So she is like, she can't hold herself. She can't hold herself back. She's just falling so hard. She's free falling, like Tom Petty would say.
And you should feel how I feel when somebody says your name. I'm a car speeding down the boulevard without a break.
I heard it was starting to speed up in verse 2.
Any stupid song could ever say. I'm a heart made of wax, and I'm melting in the sun. I'm a thread on your shirt, it is coming undone. I feel right, I feel
Unraveling.
wrong, I feel totally insane, and I want you more than any stupid song could ever say.
So vulnerable there. It's beautiful vocal.
Walking through the park with my head high, past all the college girls and the drunk guys. And if there is a God, he's the bond that's between us two.
Whoa.
7 nights alone, skipped a meal. I'm sleeping in my dress and my high heels, and I'm too shy to say what I see when I dream of you. You're a spark in the dark, and my clothes are caught aflame. You should feel how I feel when somebody says your name on the car, speeding down the boulevard without a break. And I want you more than any stupid song could ever say. I'm a heart made of wax, and I'm melting in the sun. I'm a thread on your shirt, and it's coming undone. I feel right, I feel wrong, I feel totally insane. And I want you more than any stupid song could ever say.
Ooh.
Every night like the one before, dream of you from like 1 to 4, positively and truly sure. Nobody's wanted somebody more. It's a thing that I can't ignore. Tell your friends that you're mine, I'm yours. With the hand on my heart, I swear. Nobody's wanted somebody more. It's a thing that I
Holy
can't
hell, this is
ignore.
great.
Tell your friends that you're mine, I'm yours. With the hand on my heart, I swear.
What the hell is going on? Oh my gosh, there's so many intricacies in this production going on. I love the way she's speaking softly and then she's coming hard at us. It reminds me of like a Talking Heads song in a way. Yeah, very 80s feeling. I know we were going to get into some new wave and synth rock and stuff, but I'm already blown away. Her and Dan Niagara just make fire after fire. Walking through the park with my head high, past all the college girls and the drunk guys. So just moving on, doing her own thing in her solitary, it seems like. And if there's a God, he's the bond between us two. So something so powerful, so strong that's keeping us together. The bridge though, every night like the one before. So just the monotony going through it. Dream of you from like 1 to 4. So only getting a couple hours of sleep, positively and truly sure nobody's wanted somebody more. I feel that, Olivia, so deeply right now. It's a thing that I can't ignore. You can't. Tell your friends that you're mine, I'm yours. With a hand on my heart, I swore nobody's wanted somebody more. It's a thing that I can't ignore. Tell your friends that you're mine, I'm yours. With a hand on my heart, I swore. Yeah, let's go back some more. This song is great. I already saved it.
More than any stupid song could ever say.
That. Oh.
Every night like the one before, dream of you from like 1 to 4, positively and truly sure. Nobody's wanted somebody more. It's a thing that I can't ignore.
There's somebody else
Tell
I'm thinking
your
of
friends that you're
too.
mine, I'm yours. With the hand on my heart, I swear. Nobody's wanted somebody more. It's a thing that I can't ignore. Tell your friends that you're mine, I'm yours. With the hand on my heart, I swear.
Drums, come on. Oh, that guitar's sick. That is sick. Just going through it.
You're a spark in the dark, and my clothes are caught aflame. You should feel how I feel when somebody says your name on the car, speeding down the boulevard without a break. And I want you more than any stupid song could ever say. I'm a heart made of wax, and I'm melting in the sun. I'm a thread on your shirt, and it's coming undone. I feel right, I feel wrong, I feel totally insane. And I want you more than any stupid song could ever say.
Goodness gracious, Olivia. Those high-pitched vocals are so gorgeous. They're very emotional. As you see, I'm having a couple reactions here because I feel this as well. I want you more than any stupid fucking song could ever say. The love of my life out there. Damn you. Hey, love is patient, love is kind. You gotta allow someone, if they need a little space, to grow and heal and not make them feel guilty about it. So if you're going through that as well, maybe if it's real, then that'll come back. But this is there's like a lot to this song, y'all. Fully through. We're only on the second track, y'all. Oh, what is this at the bottom? That's cute. Looks like yarn.
New York City's never looked so blue. My friends are smoking blunts in the bathroom.
Okay, so it does feel
They
blue. It
say
feels
that
gloomy.
honest love is a cage that makes you feel free.
I completely agree with that line right there. It does.
All the ding in the sun on the thread on your shirt, it is coming undone. I feel right, I feel wrong, I feel totally insane. And I want you more than any stupid song could ever say.
That chorus really attacks my feels. Okay, so my walls aren't completely down for sure. I'm feeling a little guarded still. I'm trying to protect myself here because I know it's gonna be a long album. We are 36 minutes into the reaction already. We're only on song number 2. This is going to be an experience. We're already 2 for 2. This is a fucking great song. I love the production on it. I love the melodies. I love her voice on it. She's going and hitting so many different things. She's screaming at us. She's whispering. She's in that falsetto. She's the drums opening up, the guitar, the different guitar on the production sounds so cool, and then just this is a great depiction of love. Love is very complicated, and crushing on someone is complicated. It's not always just the happiness. There's also that anxiety, like this person said. What'd they say again? Let's get it again. The intensity of this song is insane. It's not just a love song. It perfectly captures that heavy longing for someone with a hint of chaos that comes with having a crush. So, very well said, my friend. Let's get into the next track, which is Honeybee. I do remember somebody told me to look at the credits for this, so I will check that out later. Ooh.
So I guess that it's true. Time can heal even the worst of wounds, and the cliches I knew seemed so commonplace when I saw you. Let's just walk in the dark, up the fence,
So vulnerable again.
in the park. Baby boy, honeybee, gotta love the way you look at me. And it's too hard to describe this in a way that feels honest. But even when I'm quiet, I love you, baby, I promise. And I hope I never see what your face looks like going. A face I swear that I could spend my whole life knowing. Here's to hoping.
Oh my gosh, the fleeting little bit of vibrato that came on the end there was gorgeous. I'm distant.
Never see what your face looks like going. A face I swear that I could spend my whole life knowing. Here's to hoping. Pick me up, walk me home, and it feels like God threw me the bone. Sticky sweet tangerine, would you sit and keep me company in the dark? I'm not scared, I just reach and you're right there. Shooting stars, racing cars, everything I own just feels like ours. It's too hard to describe this in a way that feels
heart hurts.
honest. But even when I'm quiet, I love you, baby, I promise. And I hope I never see what your face looks like going. A face I swear that I could spend my whole life knowing. Here's to hoping.
Again, so vulnerable. Oh. Strings are gorgeous. There's that tinge of melancholy she talks about.
It's too hard to describe this in a way that feels honest. But even when I'm quiet, I promise. And I hope I never see what your face looks like going. A face I swear that I could spend my whole life knowing. Here's to hoping.
Whew, I need a fucking hug. Damn. That hurts. That hurts pretty bad too. Oh man, I'm relating to a lot of these songs. Everyone has their different love languages, right? And when she says here, but even when I'm quiet, I promise. Even when I'm quiet, I love you, baby, I promise. sometimes people process things differently. Sometimes they have to go away. Sometimes they have to be by themselves, and it doesn't mean that they don't care about you. It doesn't mean they don't want a resolution or something like that. It's just how they process things. I would say for some advice is like, yeah, sure, you might naturally get to know that about somebody, but if that person doesn't pick up on that and that person means so much to you, you need to communicate that that's just the way you do things. That's the way you process things. That's what love is. Love is faith, and faith is taking that first step without knowing where you're going. And oh my gosh, those background vocals add this like ethereal sense to the song, and this it's just so her voice sounds angelic. Would you have this as a wedding song? There's a little bit of anxiety in it, so I don't know if I would want it to be my wedding song. I'd rather it to be a little more happy and joyous for a wedding song. It's very mature. These songs are very mature and very very grown, and love is complicated. Love is complicated, and I'm dealing with this right now. I'm dealing with this sense of wanting to protect the person that I was involved with, and still involved with. Like they're one of my best friends, and I'm hoping if it's not going to be romantic, I'm mature enough to have still a friendship with this person. And yes, yeah, it will hurt if I see them with somebody else romantically again someday down the road. Yes, because I do believe this is my person. I believe that. I mean, we had a great friendship before I ever even tried to pursue them romantically, and so it's someone that just means a whole lot to me. But I fucked it up in a way. I'm a little bit angry at them as well though too, because they haven't communicated with me properly, and they've just kind of they turn into like a completely different person. But it's because we both have been under an immense, crazy amount of stress that doesn't make any sense, and sometimes it makes me feel like bad luck, and that hurts because I know how great our relation, I know how great like our romance would be. I know that it would be the most amazing thing in the world. I know that she knows that too, but right now it's just the timing is not worked out in her case, and yeah, I'm guarded right now. I feel like when I told myself I was going to go into this with my walls down and be vulnerable, but I'm also protecting them, and I'm trying not to say too much because we're both still processing things, and I don't want to be inconsiderate of their feelings as well because they just mean so much to me, and I just want them to be okay, pretty much. And I would love to, without a doubt, I would love to have them staring back at me. I would love to share everything with them. I would love to never see them walk away, and I would love to understand them, because that's part of love too, is that people, like I said, people, it's so easy to love someone for all the happy things, right? It's so easy to love them for all the positive things, but can you love them while they go silent? Can you love them while they're not happy? Can you love them while they're depressed and they're not being themselves for, it could be a month at a time. There's chapters in people's lives where they might be depressed for a month. They might be overwhelmed for a few months, but can you love them still? And my answer for that person is absolutely 100% yes. And I just wanted them to see that, but we haven't been able to communicate properly. But I'm giving them their space right now, and like I said before, who knows what's gonna happen. I'm not over here like putting my life on pause though. I'm living. I'm living life, and I'm accomplishing things, but it still sucks to be missing that person. And this is how my brain feels right now. It feels like I have maggots for brains. Let's get these lyrics up. Ooh. Friday, I'm in love feeling.
My day was so mundane, I don't think I left the house. Drank a pot of coffee, tried to write, nothing came out. Somehow it's the weekend, I'm still bored out of my school. And I went to the party, but only on principle. Empty, look at me.
So it's late guitar.
I'm a zombie in my body. I'm a train off of the track. I feel dirty, I feel rotten, and the colors are all flat. I'm a sad shell of a woman, and I've got maggots for brains. But that's just the thing that happens
Okay, this is complicated. This is very complicated. What she's singing about is conflicting to the way that the song sounds. I'm a zombie in my body. I'm a train off of the track. I feel dirty. I feel rotten, and the colors are all flat. I'm a sad shell of a woman, and I've got maggots for brains. But that's just a thing that happens with my baby when my baby goes away. Yes, that is how it feels. That is exactly how it feels. It feels like your whole world has changed. It feels like everything is different. It feels like, I mean, a lot of times when you fall in love with somebody, your interests are similar, so you're gonna be thinking about them constantly, and everything's gonna remind you of them. And yeah, your train's gonna be off the track. Maybe you're gonna go in that fight or flight mode, and you're going to be acting different. Your brain's gonna get cloudy. And you know, I preach these things about positivity. I preach these things about alchemizing and stuff like that, but it happens to me as well. Like I said, I am not perfect, and sometimes I fall back onto old behaviors that I've unlearned, that I've unlearned, and that I've gotten better over. But sometimes you feel so desperate when somebody is pulling back, pulling away, that it makes you act like a completely different person. And yeah, again, it feels like maggots for brains, and she's again like she's articulating everything so well.
I feel dirty, I feel rotten, and the colors are all flat. I'm a sad shell of a woman, and I've got maggots for brains. But that's just the thing that
My brain is pounding right now. So far, I'm liking it a lot. The distortion on the guitar is perfect. Feels wonky.
I'm a zombie in my body. I'm a train off of the track. I feel dirty, I feel rotten, and the colors are all flat. I'm a sad shell of a woman, and I've got maggots for brains. But that's just the thing that happens when my baby goes away.
She does such a great job of explaining the whole spectrum of love, not just the good stuff. This is real. Damn! You hearing these guitars?
I'm a zombie in my body. I'm a train off of the track.
This is one of those songs where it feels like you've heard it for a long time, doesn't it? It feels familiar. It does feel like a Cure song. It feels, yeah, it feels, like it fucking rocks, man. Pretty simple guitar chords, but the sound of them are
In
great.
my body, I'm a train off of the track.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, they are killing it on this album. And I'm probably gonna be repeating myself quite a bit, but this is love as well. And part of embracing and pursuing love is accepting that you might have your heart broken. You might go through these hard feelings as well, like feeling like a zombie in your body, feeling like you're a train off of the track, because you might like lose yourself a little bit there. You might get lost in the sauce. Your brain chemistry is probably going to change a little bit. Your routine's going to change. There's going to be times where you guys are going through it, because there's no healthy couple in the world that doesn't argue at some point, that doesn't have times in their relationship where they're not communicating properly. It's just something that happens, and the sooner you're able to accept that more, then you're going to be able to pursue love. But if you don't, if you feel like everything has to be perfect all the fucking time, like so many people in this world do right now, where it's like, oh, I have to be my perfect self. Oh, they have to be perfect. Oh, the time has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. And I have to do this and do that. But no, that's just not real. You're going to have maggots for brains sometime, and it's part of pursuing it. And maybe if it is a breakup, then yeah, a lot of this is what you're gonna be feeling too. But I think of you. When my baby goes away. You're going to be. It's natural and it's part of grief, because a lot of time you're going to be trying to figure out what went wrong. You're trying to figure out what you could have done better. All right, let's get into it, y'all. We're 4 for 4 so far. Wendy's, baby. Ooh. Oh. Whoa, that started off like a little bit grungy with that deeper. Was that a bass line? Opens up. Gosh, these soundscapes have been phenomenal so far.
I think that you're a killer with your floppy hair.
I got floppy hair.
Take
Louis has floppy hair, doesn't he?
out to dinner. You know you can take me anywhere. And all of my girlfriends roll their eyes and tell me to take it slow this time.
Okay, hold on. We've heard her talk about this before. She does fall pretty quickly. She likes to she has strong emotions. So yeah, her friends are warning her a little bit here.
Your floppy hair.
A lot of times friends are not the best for this. A lot of time they want you to not be in relationships. That production again is great. One got podcast brought up. Okay, so this is a hard. This is awesome. The musicality to this album is fantastic, y'all. The lyrics are sometimes conflicting to the way it sounds, but this one does feel like an actual love song.
She has your same face.
Interesting.
And I tried to win her over with my cynical humor and yacht rock music taste.
That's gonna happen.
And all my ex-boyfriends have
Want the family to like you.
heard these lines, but I like you better by a million times.
Okay. That's valid right there, and that's something we don't talk about a lot. Is there's a lot of times you will say something that's maybe repetitive to a new lover that you may have said to a former lover before, but that doesn't mean that they're not valid anymore. That doesn't mean that what you're feeling now isn't more valid than what you were saying before. Sometimes, a lot of times, usually that does happen. Like you're most likely not going to continue on with a relationship with somebody that you don't feel like is better than the person before, most of the time, because you're probably just going to be missing that person. You're probably going to be stuck in the past a little bit, and your walls are going to be down, and it's going to be different. And usually people are honest, all right? Like if you feel like that's your person, you feel like you love them more than anyone you've ever loved before, then those are words where it's like you can't really lie about those, you know? Some people do. Some people just say things that they don't mean and put things out there into the ether because that's just how they are. They're just dishonest people. This part's great too. You're gonna try to win friends. You're gonna try to win family over.
Humor and yacht rock music taste.
Sounds good. This one definitely resonated with me as well. Guys, this where to go. Okay, sometimes I get overwhelmed and way too far ahead of myself. I often get the feeling that I'll never want somebody else. And they say modern love's a cruel endeavor. They say it's cruel. And to that I say, fuck it, whatever. That to me comes off as somebody that is okay with getting hurt. That is how I live with it. I'm hurt right now, but I would do it over a million fucking times again because that person is worth it to me. And to say fuck it, whatever, it means to like have faith and like letting go of the of future tripping and worrying about like of having your heart broken later down the road. You don't know if it's going to end that way. Anyways, you have to have faith, y'all. If you're going to get into love, yeah, you got to say like fuck it, whatever. You got to be willing to get your heart broken. You got to be willing to put your heart into their hands and allow it to be crushed. And then if you are dealing with what I'm dealing with now, you just got to deal with it. And yes, sometimes time will heal it and maybe it won't. And a lot of times when you do this, pieces of you get taken away and you become a different person. Not always for the better. Maybe you'll get a little more broken and depressed, but hey, it's better to have loved than to never have loved at all, in my opinion. Track, we were getting into number 6, which is My Way. I remember her talking about on the Popcast interview that she was going to get petty on this one. Little Tom Petty, Olivia Petty. Whoa! What the hell? That is cool.
It's a little hard to stomach all your amateur moves. You know he's with me, like obviously, but you linger in the air just like a bad perfume. It's getting to me, embarrassingly. And here's the part where the girl gets pissed and the girl is me. Did you get that? Hey, you're in my way now.
Oh.
Think I can make out how hard you hang on. Kind of insane how you keep calling but you never get the message. It goes my way now.
Seems a little bit insecurity. Okay, that production's different. She did say something about having influences of by like No Doubt. There's a No Doubt song that sounds pretty similar to that. She does remind me of Gwen Stefani quite a bit at times. It sounds like she's talking about another girl here. You linger in the air just like a bad perfume. It's getting to me embarrassingly. So there's her insecurities again a little bit. And sometimes our insecurities are valid, like with those kind of things. If someone's lingering around, they're trying to maybe steal someone from you or get you get your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, maybe their attention. That's annoying, right? And you like, fuck off, get out of here, stop being weird. So that's on your significant other to be like, either block that person, give them zero attention. It's not cool to make someone feel this way. It's not cool to make your...
Man, I wonder what you think is gonna go down. You're sending another poem, you think that'll let me go. Maybe you just try to get me riled up now. You're posting another pic and close it, I know it is. Well, here's a map of the lines I drew.
why?
Some girl steps over and the girl is you. You're in my way now. Don't go, think I can make out how hard you hang on. Kind of insane how you keep calling but you never get the message. It goes my way now. So where'd you get that confidence from? Last time that I checked, I won. Let me be direct, just stop. You're being fucking weird. Maybe I'm a petty bitch, but you make me resort to this. That's it. I win. That's it. I win. You're in my
Right, okay, so I remember her talking about being petty on this track, and there we go. She's talking about maybe I'm a petty bitch, but you made me resort to this. That's it, I win. That's it, I win. Yeah, it sounds like she's spiraling out a little bit. It sounds like she's staying up for herself and trying to put a boundary there, right? But why is this an ex then? Like, why are you posting another pic and clothes that I know are his? So is this an ex that's coming back around and trying to, get his attention again? Here's a map of the lines I drew, and some girl steps over, and the girl is you. So she's calling her out, saying, "Hey, chill the fuck out. Get away from my man's." Hampering it.
So where'd you get that confidence from? Last time that I checked, I won. Let me be direct, just stop. You're being fucking weird. Maybe I'm a petty bitch, but you make me resort to this. That's it. I win. That's it. I win. You're in my way now. Don't go away. Don't go. Think I can make out. How hard you hang on. Kind of insane how you keep calling, but you never get the message. It goes my way
So the one thing I enjoy about this song is it is pretty direct. I don't think we need to break down the lyrics at all, but I'm not too crazy about it. I'm most likely at this moment I'm probably going to save this entire album. I'm pretty sure I am. I mean, I already have liked 5 of the tracks out of the 6, but that one I don't know. There's something about the production that I'm not crazy about, but maybe it'll grow on me. That happens a lot as well. So, whoa. The beginning of each song is really like different.
It's funny when your mom shows pictures of you in your school clothes. Your buzz cut, it's grapes on your knees changed, but those eyes still know. And it's crazy how I used to visit your town like a tourist. Now I got a local grocery store and a favorite florist.
So things are you're building this routine now. Things are becoming commonplace, and it's crazy how I used to visit your town like a tourist. Now I got a local grocery store and a favorite florist. So you're going to acclimate to this new environment, and now it's like it's real. It's you're there, and you're living your life there. And now you have a florist, you have a local grocery store. So
Still know. And it's crazy how I used to visit your town.
her voice is really pretty on this album.
Now I got a local grocery store and a favorite florist. And so it goes that you kiss my neck, made our paths intersect till the 2 lines formed a circle. And I melt with you, you're red and I blue. Now I see the world purple.
So these opposites coming together, melting. Couples outfits. Don't want to do that. Interesting. So you dropped all your dreams.
too attached. Melt with you till it all turns black when you smooth it out, but it feels too flat. Melt with you till it all turns black when you get so close and you can't go back. Melt with you till it all turns black.
Thanks, Olivia. Okay.
Melt with you till it just feels sad.
Wow. Okay. Did not expect that ending to go like that exactly. Oof. Mel with okay, made our paths intersect till the two lines formed a circle. So almost like we were we're chasing each other in a way. What does that mean? I was trying to figure that out. This line contains a two-edged sword. Rodrigo sees herself and her partner as two lines, which would move forward in whatever direction by intersecting and forming a circle that end up in a cyclical livelihood and both stay in one place without any actual movement. The relationship itself slowly turns stagnant. Okay. Here at the end though, met with you till it all turns black. Usually black, you're going into like this void, right? Emptiness possibly. Are we so in love? Are we too attached? So she's questioning it now. Are we? Sometimes, yeah, when you are too in love, or to when you're not, no, I wouldn't say too in love, but if you're too attached and you become stagnant, then yeah, it's going to be that really boring love where it's just like, oh, what'd you do today? And that person's just like, nothing. How was work today? Good. And it just becomes like this actual absence of love, in my opinion. So it just gets like uninspired, I feel like. Let's see what the context says here. When the relationship started, Rodrigo and her partner would melt into purple as their colors were bright, unique, and attractive. As it went on, more colors, other traits, flaws, and insecurities would get into the mix, and eventually purple turned into black. Black is usually associated with the void, emptiness, and death, which means that their negative traits got in the way and would slowly poison the relationship. By melting into this one identity, both lost their unique traits and their holistic identities in the mix too, which made them unable to do what once drew them close. The last line and the whole outro act as a segue to the pretty sad side of the album, delving more into these insecurities and the inevitable heartbreak. So yeah, it started off as a beautiful relationship in a way. Like, it's funny when your mom shows pictures of you in your school clothes, your buzz cut, and scrapes on your knees change, but those eyes I still know. So this is you can recognize somebody through their eyes, and maybe they've changed. You know, you see the kid pictures that the mom's going to show you and the start of the relationship, and while you're getting to know the mom and getting to know each other. And it's crazy. I used to visit your town like a tourist, and now it's all recognizable. Now everything is normal. It's part of her routine now. That's what happens. You get a grocery store. You get a favorite florist. You kiss my neck, made our paths intersect. They melted. They melted into purple, his red and her blue. Now a toothbrush, a coat, and pair of shoes all come in doubles. So yeah, they're starting to do things like couples. You start getting matching outfits and all that fun stuff. And we fight over who I'm hanging out with like a real couple. Now that's a red flag right there. You don't want to be with somebody that's restrictive and minimizing, shrinks you. And if they have insecurities, if you hang out with somebody, sure, there might be some context to it, and maybe if you're untrustworthy, then they shouldn't be with you in the first place. But yeah, that's not good to be restrictive on who you can hang out with and not. So that's the toxins coming in. It's a small world when it only can revolve around us two. It's crazy. I had big dreams till I tied myself to you. And now I'm all consumed. So that's going to turn into, like I said, where it's going to be like that. Maybe you start getting bored. Like, you had all these dreams before, and now you're all consumed in this person, and you guys have shrunk your lives down, and now you have nothing to talk about really. When you have to continue living still, you have to keep that relationship fresh, and that comes with having hobbies and interests and putting yourself out there and chasing your dreams. And a real loving relationship should be two people that are trying to bring out the best qualities in each other, and are trying to grow together, are trying to conquer this world together in a way, and to feel like you can converse, and it's still fresh and wonderful. And those are the best relationships I've seen. So yeah, and then it turns to black, and we're in the void, and yeah, it's heartbreaking because that sucks. That really is something hard to deal with. All right, the next track, which she says is like the thesis of the album, and one of the favorite tracks she's ever written, is The Cure, which it gets better and better every time I listen to it. the differences between the Live Lounge and her Jimmy Kimmel performance. Jimmy Kimmel, they brought another electric guitar. Live Lounge, they had strings in there. So different versions bring out different
All the
emotions.
pretty girls in the foreground of my mind. I thought I'd done enough, but they keep moving the line.
Yeah, this song is a juke jam. It gets better and better. I already know it's getting saved.
This time, I thought I found the antidote. This time, all the nights I spent fighting bad thoughts in my room.
Spinning.
Feeling so alone, might as well be on the moon. I thought I found the antidote with you. I thought I found the antidote with you. But my head is full of poison and my heart is full of doubt. I got toxins in my bloodstream. You tried hard to suck them out, and it feels like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure, but it don't matter how your love feels anymore.
It's more of a treatment than it is a cure.
Never be the cure. It'll never be the cure. I used to play a game in my head when I dated a guy. Tally up the girls that he fucked till I start to cry. I thought I found the antidote this time. I thought I found the antidote this time. But I'm unraveled, I'm unraveled.
Man, this song really is a masterpiece, isn't it? I've experienced a few different kinds of breakups, and I will say that is one of the hardest ones to go through is someone just not being ready, someone feeling like they're not worthy of love, or feeling like they can't give you love. Like taking someone cheating on you, that is honestly one of the easiest things to get over, because usually that is something deeply wrong with them. That is not a good person. They did something to you where you can be like, okay, they clearly didn't love me enough to have me in the foreground of their mind, and care about me, and not and make the right choices instead of being a dirty, low down, rotten ass dog. But the times where you try, right? You try and you try and you try and you try so hard, and sometimes it can be overbearing. But if you try so hard and you try to give them the love that they deserve, and you try to help them, and I'm telling you, that is a big part of love. A big part of love is being there when a person is going through hard times and still loving them through those hard times, because everything's not going to be perfect all the time. But this is also very self-aware, and she's talking about she's unraveled, and she's not herself, and she's saying that she's got all these problems with herself still that she needs to fix before she can go and give her love away. But and that's very mature of her. So, but in my opinion, this is like the hardest thing. It's when you try to make a relationship work, and you just can't do it, and you know that you both love each other, but there's like nothing you can do to save it. It's almost impossible to get over, right? It's like you become unraveled. Then it's like, oh my God, I wasn't enough. I couldn't do enough to help this person that I love so much. And maybe it's not all the same. Every relationship's different. There could be different contexts there. Maybe maybe that person that's trying to help them is doing that because there's a lack of love for themselves as well, and they're not respecting themselves enough, and they feel like they're not receiving the love that they should get. Like they're going after a love that's empty, and then that's they're going after somebody that's not mature and doesn't deal with things properly. So there's so many different turning wheels in the machine, cogs in the machine. So yeah, that's a lot.
Good for me, I'm sure, but it don't matter how you love.
My brain feels like maggots.
It'll never be cured. It'll never be cured.
I'm my own worst enemy too, so I will billion thoughts per second.
Play a game in my head when I date a guy. Tally up the girls that he fucked till I start to cry. I thought I found the antidote this time. I thought I found the antidote this time.
So for a temporary time, she felt good.
I'm unraveling, I'm unraveling, I'm unraveling, I'm unraveling, I'm unraveling. And my head is full of poison, and my heart is full of doubt. I got toxins in my bloodstream. You tried hard to suck 'em out, and it feels like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure, but it don't matter how your love feels anymore. It will never be cured. It'll never be cured. Oh, 'cause baby, I'm unraveled. I'm unraveled. I'm unraveled. I'm unraveled. I'm unraveled. Why can't you come stitch me up? Why can't you ever be enough? Why can't you come stitch me up? Why can't you ever be enough?
Yeah.
It's not enough.
So good.
Because my head is full of poison and my heart is full of doubt. I got toxins in my bloodstream. You tried so hard to suck out, and it feels like medication, and it's good for me, I'm sure, but it don't matter how your love feels anymore. It'll never be cured. It'll never be cured.
The human brain is very complicated, y'all. You gotta talk through things. You gotta figure out yourself. She's really grown up. It's very different from Sour and from Guts. Like she has really outdone herself on this album, and the writing on it is fantastic. Again, the production, the musicality is wonderful. Sonically, these songs are incredible. I've never begged somebody to stay in a relationship with me before, ever in my life. I've always had self-respect for myself. There's been times where people have begged me to stay around, and I do feel bad about that in ways, but also it's like either they messed up. Like I've always tried to reconcile with relationships. I've always tried to figure out if we can make this work. I've never been someone that gives up so easily, and most of my relationships I've been in have been long term. I've had, a couple of friends with benefit situations here, but those are always so empty and like self-serving, and mainly to the other person, because I'd rather have like sex with someone that it's always so much better. There's better communication, all those things. Also, I don't want to make permanent mistakes. I've seen people that have had those relationships and they end up getting pregnant or STDs, and I've made it through my life with 0 STDs. I made it without getting anyone pregnant that I don't actually love, and I won't have a tether to, where now I'm stuck with somebody that I don't fucking like, and now I have a kid with, and I've seen it so many times. And I come from a relationship that has come through that. Like, my parents didn't actually love each other. They were kind of put together. There's a little bit of love in the beginning, and then they fell out of love, but they had like 5 fucking kids, and they shouldn't have. But it happens, and you get projected all those things, and there's a lack of love that you do get from there, because you look at romantic love in a different way. And yeah, with begged, it does feel like in the end of this past relationship, I went outside of myself. I turned into a different person because I was in fight or flight mode, and I was like kind of begging in a way for this person to stay around. It was pathetic, and I think it pushed them away even more, and was even more overwhelming. So there's some more vulnerability for you. Just honest. It's not good to do that.
Is to know undoubtedly that you just have eyes for me. Could you make it clear all that I want is to sit here silently and watch movies on TV? What a shame you're not here to witness my devotion and my endless well of needs. I'm an anchor in the ocean, you know I could never leave. So I'm patient, you're learning, pretend it's not hurting. They say it's a virtue to not let good love slip away. So I'm cool and forgiving. I'll take what you're giving away. Nothing's quite enough when I know that to get it I beg. Yeah, to get it I beg.
One thing about myself too is, like, I know how strong I am. I feel like I'm one of the strongest people in this world. Whether with my empathy, I think empathy is a trait of strength. With my kindness, I think that's a trait of strength. With me being able to understand people and care for people and also have patience, I think is strength. And so it feels very fucking lonely sometimes. And when you do get rejected, and it's not because that, again, like I've said, person doesn't love you or whatever. And I wasn't begging at all until like the last week, and it was like, okay, please don't go, please talk to me, communicate with me. And I started getting fucking pathetic. Yeah, that hurts, but it was never unrequited love. Like this from what I remember, it sounds like unrequited love. It sounds like it's not reciprocated. That person was going through the motions with you, while she was like putting so much into it, you know?
And forgiving, I'll take what you're giving away. Nothing's quite enough when I know that to get it I beg.
So try your best not to do that.
To get it I beg.
In my opinion, this is shrinking. So I'm cool and forgiving. I'll take what you're giving. Oh, but nothing's quite enough when I know that to get it I begged. That is, in my opinion, that's shrinking yourself down. That's like, yeah, taking their crumbs when you deserve to be poured into. You deserve to be fully loved by someone. And I've experienced it. I've experienced the most amazing person that I've ever met before, that just fully, like, I've experienced them letting their walls down completely, and it's like, you're everything I've ever wanted. And it's so amazing. And so, yeah, you don't want to let good love slip away, but you don't want to do this though. You do not want to do this. And it's sometimes your brain will do it. Maybe you're infatuated by the way they look. Maybe you're infatuated by the way they once treated you. And, but the way they're treating you now is different. I, I luckily have not experienced that. I've not experienced someone that's like, not in a romantic way, not reciprocating at some point during the relationship. I would not get in a relationship with somebody if they didn't value me, if they didn't try to get closer to matching my energy. Now, does it happen? Has it happened later on in relationships? Yes, absolutely. But then that's when I know it's like, okay, time to walk away, end it. And that again, that takes with like I've tried before. It's not always just like, okay, fucking done with you, goodbye, or I'm gonna go cheat on you with somebody else. Never ever in my life. But this right here, it just sounds like they never even really cared about you in the first place. But you have all this and endless well, or here's to witness my devotion and my endless well of needs. I'm an anchor in the ocean, you know I could never leave. So just someone that is just very
Am I
steady.
unforgiving? I'll take what you're giving away.
Phenomenal voice.
Nothing's quite enough when I know that to get it I pay. Yeah, to get it I pay.
Her vocals deserve a round of applause. So yeah, I haven't ever really been in a relationship like that before, luckily, and that's because I guess I've had good self-confidence for most of my life, and I've been able to be like, okay, I'm not and I've had examples of seeing like what that kind of relationship looks like, and I've been able to be like, that is not something I want, and I can either stray away from it, and be able to walk away and not be, or just not pursue it. You should not pursue that kind of love. They're most likely not going to change if they don't. Sometimes there's a honeymoon stage, right? And they're going to show you a lot of great features of themselves and who they are. But if they make you feel like that they don't love you and that they don't that they're not going to reciprocate and that they're just going to stay in this stagnant way, then you should have more self-respect for yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but it's real. You have to learn more about yourself, just like The Cure, right? Where you have to get to know yourself. You have to get to love yourself because you cannot be codependent on somebody else's love that's going to make you feel better. You have to. You need to build self. You need to build confidence in yourself, is what I'm saying. And when you have confidence in yourself, you're not going to pursue relationships like this where you feel like you have to beg. Some people though, some people are a little shallow and they only want to date somebody because of how they look. And if that's how you're dating, then most likely you're going to end up being in these relationships where you are then just begging. You're begging for them to love you back. You're begging for them to witness your devotion. You're begging for you have this endless well of needs, and you're going to be the anchor in the ocean because you are just blinded by lust and infatuation. Where once you start respecting yourself more, I feel like that's when you'll start pursuing people that you actually mesh with, and you're gonna have a beautiful relationship with, and you're gonna talk about your interests, and you're going to like wake up earlier and want to like have longer. It'll elongate your days because you want all the maximum time that you can have with these people. Because a lot of times waiting for someone, it doesn't mean that you're like putting your life on hold. Sometimes it just means that you have a connection with somebody that is so strong and so worth it that you are willing to do that. But not begging. That is beneath yourself, and that's you're gonna end up shrinking, and you're gonna end up becoming a different person that you're not gonna recognize and you're not gonna like. You're gonna become like a zombie, like you said, maggot for brains. All right, next we got What's Wrong With Me with Robert Smith. I've been dying to see these actual lyrics. The song that we got to hear, the version that we got to hear at Primavera was fantastic. Let's check out the studio version. He just adds such a perfect layer of the vocalization too. He complements people's voices very well.
I'm just staring at this.
Oh, this sounds completely different.
Can't describe this feeling I've got in my head. I'm out of body in my bed, and I'm just searching up my symptoms, desperate to fix them. I'll do anything, 'cause lately I've been spiraling up. I'm not feeling like myself, and nothing ever seems to help. Went to the doctor and she said I was fine, but every movie that I see makes me cry. It's like somebody put a weight on my chest. I should talk to a friend, but I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning and my stomach is sick. Say I'm in love, so it's hard to admit. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I think you're what's wrong with me.
That Cure touch on it. Got those little claps in the back. You got some synths, it sounds like. That guitar with a little bit of distortion on it. Yeah, this feels like just straight up depression. I'm just staring at the ceiling. Can't describe this feeling I've got in my head. I'm out of my body in my bed. So you're spinning. I'm just searching up my symptoms, desperate to fix them. I'll do anything because lately I've been spiraling. Oh, I'm not feeling like myself. Nothing ever seems to help. And then Olivia and Robert come in. Robert's voice is very vulnerable, as always. Went to the doctor and she said I was fine. But every movie that I see makes me cry. It's like somebody put a weight on my chest. I should talk to a friend, but I can't get out of my head, or I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning and my stomach is sick. I say I'm in love, so it's hard to admit. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I think you're what's wrong with me. So admitting that they're the problem. It's not you, but they're making you feel this way. It could be a lack of love. It could be unreciprocated. See, Rodrigo is playing a deceptive act on herself. She tries so very hard to believe she is in love, when really it's just causing her to have a deeper pain than what she already feels. The themes of struggling while being in a relationship is also a prominent one with Scared of My Guitar. Barely sleep when you sleep next to me, but I keep thinking I'll find a cure. I say that I'm fine. I tell you all the time, I've never felt so happy and sure. The Cure also sees Rodrigo acknowledging that love isn't what she needs during this period of hardship. But it don't matter how your love feels anymore, you'll never be the Cure.
Went to the doctor and she said I was fine, but every movie that I see makes me cry. It's like somebody put a weight on my chest. I should talk to a friend, but I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning and my stomach is sick. Say I'm in love, so it's hard to admit. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I think you're what's wrong with me.
Luckily, I can eat during depression. I cannot sleep, though. Sleeping's hard. You wake up in the middle of the night. It's the worst. Then it's hard to go back to sleep properly.
I keep looking for distractions. Hope the feeling passes, but I've got to say it's getting harder every day. And I can't seem to get around it. Head just keeps on pounding with the simple thought, what if this isn't what I want?
Went to the doctor and she said I was fine. Tried meditation with a bottle of wine. It's like somebody put a weight on my chest. I should talk to a friend, but I can't get out of bed. My head is spinning and my stomach is sick. Say I'm in love, so it's hard to admit. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I think you're what's wrong with me. I'm not feeling like myself. Amber lights and warning bells. I'm not feeling like myself. I'm not hiding it well. Went to the doctor and she said I was fine.
This is fantastic.
Makes me cry.
Just jamming, keeping it calm.
Somebody put
what's wrong with me. I think you're what's wrong with me.
Some great deal of nostalgia there in that song, the production and Robert's voice. This album has been a bit of torture for me. My head is pounding as well. It's not because I don't like it. The songs are fantastic. Once I get through this first reactions are hard because I'm breaking down the lyrics. I'm telling you my feelings. I'm telling you what's going on in my life and how it relates. And so sometimes it's going to bring up bad feelings and bad emotions. Every single song has done that for me today. The album, though, I know when I run it back, I'm just going to be able to listen to it and just jam to it because there's great musicianship on it. There's amazing vocals. The writing is fantastic. It's just very triggering. So let me go to Robert's part. I keep looking for distractions, hope the feeling passes, but I've got to say it's getting harder every day. So it's getting harder every day, and I can't. And a lot of these lyrics are like, it's hard for me to say anything to him because a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory too. This verse describes the narrator's growing discomfort within the relationship. He begins looking for distractions, perhaps a way of giving himself space in the relationship and hoping the feeling will pass naturally. This shows his refusal to confront what he is truly experiencing. However, instead of fading, the feeling persists and intensifies every day. This is when the narrator begins to question whether the relationship is something that he truly wants, making the emergence of doubt that is becoming difficult to ignore. So yeah, if that's happening, then you most likely should not be in that relationship. You should be there's like parity, right? If you are experiencing more anxiety, more guilt, more depression than you're feeling, then peace and happiness and love, then you need to get the fuck out of the relationship and go away, or you need to talk it through and see if it's worth salvaging. But if that's how you're feeling, then then it's not for you. But if the good things outweigh the bad, then it is something that is worth working on. And there's not something that's wrong with you. It's just sometimes ebbs and flows. But this here, if it's getting harder every day and you can't get around it, then this probably not the person for you. So I think that's what they're trying to say there. It's like, next track is Less. Oh, I see we have lyrics on here now. They're not synced though, so I'll just have to probably have it to do this anyways. My head hurts, y'all.
I feel it again, edge of the bed, body and head protesting, my stomach's in knots, I don't wanna talk, let's just go to bed or something, maybe it'll fix itself tomorrow.
Not usually.
I've been seeing that like every night. You say you can't stand to watch me cry a minute more. So you do the noble thing and open up the door. If loving me means letting go and wishing me the best, well then I guess I wish you loved me less.
Okay.
We tried to recreate our favorite date, but we didn't laugh much this time. Our trip to Big Sur only confirmed this isn't what it should feel like. And maybe I'm a stubborn overthinker, but I've been thinking over this a lot. And I could try convincing you they're just intrusive thoughts, but you've seen me truly happy, so you know right now I'm not. If loving me means crying on the curb at LAX, well then I guess I wish you loved me less.
Okay.
Loving me means saying, babe, I think this is the end. I guess I wish you loved me less.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, this one's very relatable. So you're going through that inner battle again. The line that's really attacking me is, you say you can't stand to watch me cry a minute more, so you do the noble thing, open up the door. If loving me means letting go and wishing me the best, then I guess I wish you loved me less. So wishing that, basically in a way of saying that I want us to stay together. I want you to love me less because I don't want you to let go and wish me the best. And yeah, that one hurts really deeply right now because I just don't get it. I don't get when you love someone so much. I understand. No, I don't know if I do understand of letting go. I feel like, damn, man, I am battling myself right now. Like I understand when people can say like you could love somebody and you can let them go, and but that means that you didn't love them that much, in my opinion. If you love someone so much, then you don't want to let them go. And you always want to wish them the best, but I don't know. That one hurts a lot. I want to hear it again though. Torture myself, I guess. I could just put this on. This isn't synced.
I feel it again.
My head.
Edge of the bed, body and head protesting. My stomach's in knots.
Excuse
Don't
me.
wanna talk. Let's just go to bed or something. Maybe
It's an avoidant
it'll fix
trait.
itself tomorrow.
Nope.
But I've been seeing
There's like these little creaks in the bed too.
You say you can't stand to watch me cry a minute more. So you do the noble thing and open
So this makes sense to me.
If loving me
This makes sense to me right here. Like if the person that you're in a relationship with is just like they're crying all the time and they're not happy and there's nothing you can do to like we've heard in The Cure of you can't get the toxins out of them, then yeah, loving them, the right thing to do would be to release them, because maybe they're staying around to be with you just to make you feel better, or to just they're thinking like some like time's gonna heal it or whatever. Like she says, let's just go to bed or something. Maybe it'll fix itself tomorrow. Like it's gonna fix itself. No, it's not gonna just fix itself. You have to communicate. Communication is key in any relationship. Communication builds trust, and trust is the foundation of a relationship. So that's okay. That's why I understand that part, where if you can't stand to watch me cry anymore, then you do the noble thing, open the door. And if loving me means letting go and wishing me the best, then I guess I wish you loved me less. Because she does. There's this confliction of like, there could be a confliction of wanting to go away, but also not wanting to go away. You know, of not wanting to lose that love, not wanting to lose that person. Because you can love somebody but also not want to be with them at times too. And it's complicated.
My stomach's in knots. I don't wanna talk. Let's just go to bed or something. Maybe it'll fix itself tomorrow.
Does not fix itself.
But I've been seeing that like every night. You say you can't stand to watch me cry a minute more. So you do the noble thing and open up the door. If loving me means letting go and wishing me the best, well then I guess I wish you loved me less.
Sounds like there's like a wind-up toy, or it sounds like a bed creaking, or
our favorite day, but we didn't laugh much this
the love is gone. The
time
love is gone.
Trip to Big Sur.
At least they
Only
tried, though.
confirmed this isn't what it should feel like, and maybe I'm a stubborn overthinker. But I've been thinking over this a lot, and I could try convincing you they're just intrusive thoughts, but you've seen me truly happy, so you know right now I'm not. If loving me means crying on the curb at LAX, well then I guess I wish you loved me less.
This is honestly one of her most mature songs, I would say. Understanding both sides of love.
If loving me means saying, babe, I think this is the end, I guess I wish you loved me less.
Damn. So complicated. I feel like I haven't been in this situation, so sometimes it is hard to relate to some of this stuff, but I understand like what they're saying. She still loves this person. She wants them to love her less so that they don't end it, because maybe one day, maybe they maybe holding on to it, maybe tomorrow, maybe it'll fix itself, but that's just not how it works. You have to communicate, and you have to um both be willing to try to. And when someone's crying, when somebody, I mean, they did try here. They tried to go on their favorite date. They tried to go to Big Sur in California, and it just wasn't the same. And so that right there tells you that the love is lost, and you should walk away. Both of you should amicably walk away. But Rodrigo frames the end of the relationship as something that is ultimately caused by the intensity of love itself. This verse suggests that her partner's love has become so overwhelming that it leads to emotional exhaustion and therefore the need to leave. Her response, "I wish you loved me less," serves not as a rejection of love, but rather a paradoxical admission that the relationship may have lasted longer if the feelings were less intense. This ties back to earlier lines throughout the album, such as in You Plus Me Equals Heart, where Rodrigo expresses optimistic and seemingly certain feelings when in reality, the intensity of these feelings is what doomed the relationship from the start. I can't relate to that. I just can't. I can't relate to that. Why would you not want to feel intense, wonderful fucking love? It doesn't sound like it is love if you're not feeling each other on these dates and stuff. And it's confusing. It's very confusing. My head is hurting so bad right now because I thought this meant something different. If loving me means saying, and these annotations aren't always right. If loving me means saying, babe, I think this is the end, I guess I wish you loved me less. That makes you just feel like the confliction of like wanting to still be with them, but also understanding that we're not right for each other. I feel it again, edge of the bed, body and head protesting. Rodrigo's painting another situation where she feels lethargic, overwhelmed, and in distress due to the relationship becoming more torn up and her own insecurities circling the drain. This has now become a reoccurrence, previous song. See, that's what I was thinking, okay. And then don't want to talk, let's just go to bed or do something. Maybe it'll fix itself. Lack of communication and distraction from the confrontation has been the only thing that Rodrigo could do, as the truth and plausible breakup feels too difficult and overwhelming to go through, okay. You say you can't watch me cry a minute more. Olivia Rodrigo lived also the opposite side of the relationship, in which she had to let go of someone because he was not having all that he deserved before. She talked about it in the Ones I Loved and unreleased song Scratch from Sour. I feel like I've done this before. You're fighting your tears as I open the door, and you deserve much more. Speaking about this song, she's sad, though, that both the two people were to blame. The love between Olivia and her partner have become incompatible. Now that the relationship has come to a difficult point, the two's differences come to show. For Olivia to stay together and hoping things change, for the other person to finally change things by leaving. See, that's what I thought. So I'm confused how it's different at the end. Throughout the album, Olivia expresses the duality of wanting to stay together in a relationship while knowing that the relationship isn't good for her, as she illustrates on What's Wrong with Me. So yeah, why is it different if loving me means? Yeah, I don't understand how that changed. Then sometimes these genius annotations are a little wonky, but another fantastic song and absolute tears. Next track is Expectations. Woo! Whoa! Whoa, that's crunchy. Yeah. Very 80s again.
I met him at a party. I think he was on drugs. He wasn't smart or funny. I convinced myself he was. He had a great apartment and a car his parents bought. I thought that he was perfect, and now his numbers blocked.
Wow.
Took a couple months, but now I am secure. Now I am secure. I am so evil. I am so evil. Now I ask for more and more and more and more and more. I won't settle for a guy with a fake job. They seem so desperate for loving, but baby, I'm not gay. My heart with zero stipulations. No, I take careful consideration. I'm not kissing any boy that is passive. Their indecision is painfully unattractive. Past mistakes, I just need information. These days I got expectations.
Fantastic. Yes. Okay. So we are coming back around. We're coming to self-confidence. We're coming to respect, self-respect. So she's not going to settle for a guy with a fake job. We've heard her in that one interview talk about that, about being on Ryan, like a bunch of people that she considers having fake jobs, though what she mentioned were not fake jobs. He seems so desperate for loving, but baby, I'm not. Gave my heart with zero stipulations. Now I take careful consideration. I'm not kissing any boy that is passive. Their indecision is painfully unattractive. Past mistakes are just new information. Yes! These days I've got expectations. So yeah, she's got more self-respect for herself. She's now I take careful consideration. I'm not kissing a boy that is passive. So she's more intentional with where she's gonna put her heart and her love. Hell yeah. Evolve. Before she was diving in. Yes.
So I hit the new year like a single girl at a Vegas bar, rocking my mini dress with a vodka cran and an open heart. Yeah, I've got hope, yeah, I've got drive, I will not lose my faith. Don't think my future husband's at this bar in Silver Lake.
Love this.
Mistakes are just new information.
There we go. There's that self-respect I was looking for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, as we're getting closer to the end of the album, she is having these conclusions. Now she has better standards for herself. She's gonna respect herself more. She's not just gonna take unrequited love. She's not gonna beg for their love. She's going to take careful consideration. She's not gonna kiss a passive boy anymore. She's not going to be with anyone that's indecisive and doesn't know what they want. She has expectations now. That's awesome. What are the credits on this? Who was singing back there? Lyricist, background vocals, Dan Nigro. Dan on the vocals. Whoa, okay. That's pretty damn cool. I didn't know has he sung on anything else before? Oh, Amy Allen jumped on here as well. So yeah, this one felt more fun. This one felt more freeing. It felt like she's more confident in herself and not going to fall into unrequited love like I was saying. We are on the last track of the album. My head is pounding. There is a lot to take in. I'm going to have to listen to this album over and over and over again all weekend, but let's jump into, what is it called? Cigarette Smoke. Yuck! Stay away from the squeeglies. I would rather you guys smoke weed than smoking cigarettes. At least you get a fucking real high. Cigarette smoke's just carcinogens. Feels a bit Coldplay-esque. Something reminding me of.
Cigarette smoke, the smell that I know, it clings to my clothes, it seeps into my bones. It's a real quiet house, the shower left on, 5 beers in the fridge, and the second car's gone. I regret you and how long I stayed.
Damn.
I resent you for not being brave. Tell me something honest so the memories turn dark. You said that I made love look easy till I made it hard. Give me back my time and I will give you back your heart. I thought that we played the perfect couple till you didn't want the part. Some nights can be so fucking lonely, but it's better than begging for you to stand up for me, honeybee. I regret you and what I let slide. I resent you for taking her side. Tell me something honest so the memories turn dark. You said that I made love look easy till I made it hard. Give me back my time
So doing that usually helps you get over someone easier. You start to build resentment, and you're not in the defense mode where you're defending them, and yeah, it's easier to just think of them as a piece of shit usually. Wow, that's an interesting way to end the album actually. Again, her vocals are out of this world on this album. She sounds amazing. She's getting better and better. I wasn't ready for this album. Nope, I was not ready to listen to this album. It brought up a lot of pain. It makes making my head spin. I have not gotten any clarity in my situation. These last couple weeks I have been doing better, and that's because I've been intentionally doing things that make me feel better. I've been talking to people, I've been accomplishing things and working hard and spending time with family and friends. So I'm doing things to try to like cure myself in a way, but this album did not help. It's a fantastic album, but it hurts. It opened up a lot of wounds. I love you guys. Please let me know your comments on each song. The only song I didn't save was My Way, and it's just because the production is not because I didn't like it. I think it's going to grow on me, though, I'm sure. The pacing and stuff is not something I usually listen to, and maybe it's just because I don't feel like I can listen to it right now, but 12 out of 13 songs is very fucking good. I'm saving the album right here in front of you. Olivia Rodrigo, OR3. This has been sensational. Her brain, I mean, I feel good for her that she's gotten to this place of self-confidence and self-respect where she's not going to take love that's not going to be reciprocated. She's also not going to be in a relationship when she feels like she can't, when she feels like she feels toxic and she feels like there's something wrong with her. I think though now most of this song was written a while ago, and I've heard her talk about pursuing love again, and maybe getting back into it. So maybe she has healed some things about her, and we'll see as we go, because I think she's a phenomenal talent. I think she's a wonderful artist. I think she's extremely intelligent. Dan Nigro also, like, I wish I could get inside his head and understand how he gets these amazing productions. But yeah, this is an A+ album, and she's an A+ artist. Shout out to the bands involved. Shout out to Conan being on the background vocals of Honeybee. There's so much left in my Olivia Rodrigo deep dive that I'm going to be going through. We still have videos, like we have a Jimmy Kimmel performance that came out last night that we'll be checking out at some point. But right now, I need to prioritize rest and figuring out what's going on in my mind, and I don't know, healing, I guess, because I felt just broken a lot listening to this album and not feeling like myself, which is usually very strong, and I can usually articulate my feelings very well, and I just had a hard time doing this. But love is complicated. Our brains are complicated. There is an art of waiting. I have advice for you. I would say don't rush or demand things that to fall into place. I would say allow time to let somebody heal and grow. I would say to not put guilt on somebody if you're going through these things. I would say that waiting does not mean that you're putting your life on hold, but that you are actually having faith in a strong connection. And I would also say that you got to figure yourself out. You fall in love with yourself, like my buddy Harry Styles has said. So this is in my mind too. You fall in love with yourself, and you love, and you learn to love things about yourself, and you let them fall in love with the overflow. So yeah, I love you guys very much. I am going to be seeing you later. Give me all your comments, all your opinions, and let me know your favorite tracks as well. I'll catch you guys later. My head is broken. I feel exhausted. See ya. Goodbye. Peace and love. Bye.